Yo, what's up guys? Alright, so for today's video, we're gonna hop into another stage of the Ultimate Red Zone Goku Story Edition. This right here. So we got stage 10 left. This is the one that's gonna have multiple category missions. I'm planning to just do one at a time for each video, but we'll see how long they take if I end up wanting to just do all of them. But I'm just under the impression that like this boss fight's gonna have a massive HP pool. We'll probably be in here for a long while. So yeah, we're gonna be going for this one, this 6 Giant Ape Power. The other one's just in case you're curious for now. This is 6 Otherworld Warriors and then 5 Youth. So we're just going to focus on the very first one at the top of this right here. So 6 Giant Ape Power. Not going to be too bad. I think this stage might have came out around the same time as the GT Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta. Like their EZA. So they're going to make this pretty easy, I think. Well, maybe not easy, but they would at least fill out the team. But as for the enemy info, there's only one phase we're fighting against. It's the Super Int Blue Vegeta. So he has all the music except for defense lowering. So he actually lowers defense, but I'm not too worried about that. He has a damage threshold. He can change key spheres, and then he gets 5% attack with each attack receives up to a max of 300%. And then his super attack is an other type super. So pretty simple there. The team I'm going to be using for the Giant Ape Power mission is going to be this right here. I mean, to be honest, there's not a whole lot of other different ways to build this team. They're very soon, probably within the next like couple weeks or so, we should be getting like Golden Week that will likely, not guaranteed, but will very likely have like Daima in it. So SS4 from Daima is probably going to be a very great addition to this team. So yeah, I've used a couple of these characters for previous videos, but this physical Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta right here, I only really feel comfortable bringing him just because of his typing, because we're going into the Super Int phase, and this guy is super physical. And plus, he's got some damage reduction. He's going to be able to get the damage reduction support from AGLSS4, which, yeah, AGLSS4, once you transform into him, he's going to be giving 10% damage reduction support, so that's going to be bumping up this guy's damage reduction from, what is it? It's like per crossover Giant Ape Power ally on the team. So he's gonna be, with that, that'd be 35% damage reduction, because like all 7 characters. And then yeah, the damage reduction support, that would be up to 45. So type advantage, also has a super attack counter. I think they should be decent, just as long as like if they ever get targeted with that super, they need to counter it. Yeah, Giant Ape Vegeta, he's gonna be really good for slot 1. Even though he's type disadvantage, he is guarding, like, unconditionally, so that's gonna be all good. He does prefer to be in slot 1 for his defensive abilities, though. See, at the first attack on the turn, he gets 60% defense and 40% more damage reduction, so we're probably gonna want to go for that all the time. And thankfully, there's no, like, locking or anything like that for this phase, so, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I've used the other characters a good bit. The GT Goku, GT Vegeta, they're gonna be solid, like, floating characters, and yeah, they're gonna be like rainbow orb changing as well. So just as long as we get like 5 key spheres minimum with them, they should be all good. Because GT Goku launches an additional super attack, which would raise his stats a bit right there. And then GT Vegeta, he does get, yeah, another super attack, but then with 3 more key spheres obtained, he gets guard. So the thing is to keep in mind is that they actually both are massively lowering defense, so maybe we could actually lower defense so much to the point where it actually starts to have an effect. We'll see. I'm not too sure what Vegeta's defense level is going to end up being, or if it's going to matter, but let's go see what we're dealing with. Alright, so this first rotation doesn't seem too great, but we'll make it work. Double AGL SS3 GT Goku. So probably going to want to float one of them off. I'm gonna float mine off because I only have mine at 55%, has less stats, so prefer to trust a friend. Yeah, having significantly more defense start a turn than mine. So, what's Vegeta's? Okay, not too bad. So, yeah, let's go for this right here. Get him a max key so he can get those guaranteed crit. And let's give GT Vegeta these 9 orbs, that'll be good. He's not getting attacked though, so that's something. And then, yeah, there we go, we can do that. So let's see what we're dealing with here. Let's just dodge these first couple hits. Alright, good, dodge the super, that's important. Alright, he's at 22 million. Do GT Vegeta and GT Goku, I don't think they have Saiyan Roar. Although they are sharing the GT link with this SS3 Goku right here. So that should be all good. Goku's taking double digits on normals for now. But of course, we're probably going to want to transform as soon as we can. Okay. So yeah, we're going to be massively lowering defense on each of these super attacks. What's the HP looking like so far? Yeah, like I expected. This is just going to be a phase with a very insanely high pool of HP. But it's alright. We'll see what this team can do here. Mine hitting only 18 million. Yeah, Vegeta doesn't have Saiyan Roar, which makes sense because like in their Super Saiyan form, they're not technically like affected. Alright, anyway. Yeah, GT Vegeta and GT Goku, yeah, they're not gonna have Saiyan Roar, right? No, because like, if it was SS4 Goku or like the Golden Giant Ape, then yeah, they would have it, but it makes sense. Anyway, we'll go ahead and trust them slot 1, that'll be good right there. Now, as for, I kind of want to do this right here, share Saiyan Roar, but then it's either between Saiyan Roar or GT, because physical SS4 Vegeta is not on GT, because yeah, it's a form from GT, but that's from a Dragon Ball, like that's a Dragon Ball Heroes character. So Saiyan Roar is giving 25% attack and 10% defense. What is GT giving? 10% attack and defense and 2 ki. I'm kind of curious about this. I mean, we'll keep SS4 Vegeta on rotation for now. I think early on in the fight maybe that should be fine enough. But later on we'll probably want to start floating him off as much as we can. So yeah, let's go ahead and go for this, and let's see what kind of orbs we can get with Goku. 6, okay, that's fine. 5 minimum is what we prefer to get. Alright, super attack right away, but that's okay. Because for the first turn they have 77% damage reduction, so let's see what they take here. Alright, yep. Just fine. Oh, he lowers attack, okay. Huh. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's all too bad, because they're still hitting like 14 million on that initial super attack. So, maybe not a big, like, lower of attack. Maybe it's only like a 20% debuff. But yeah, we barely ever feel like... Typically in this game, I don't ever really feel like the enemy's attack lowering all too much. Like, if the enemy attack lowers you, your character, it never feels all too impactful. I don't know. I can't recall any sort of situation in which I've actually felt like, oh, how dare they lowered my attack, I'm gonna suffer immensely for that. Like, no. Typically if they lowered my defense, that's where I'm starting to worry a bit more. But, yeah, it's gonna be all good. And then it's funny, like, it's the inverse for the enemies. Is that, like, I don't care about lowering their defense, but I care about lowering their attack. So, let's see what SS4 Vegeta is going to be doing here. In at 10 million. Okay, that's not too bad. He's also giving support for the whole team as well. Just a little bit. Alright, ooh, additional super. I think that's the hidden potential additional super. He does get an extra defense raise from that. Alright, he's taking double digits for now. Okay. Cool. I would have been curious to see if he would be able to get a super attack counter, but the super is there at the front, so it's all good though. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna be in for a while. We're probably just gonna make the missions separate videos at this point. You never know. We'll see how explosive the AGL SS4 Goku can get, because he is gonna be stacking. So, even though his super attack effects, like, it just says raise attack and defense, so it is only like a 20% stack on those supers. They're still, what I'd imagine, just going to be pretty impactful. Alright, so here we can go ahead and just keep Giant Vegeta. We can't get very good ki with them, but let's see what I'm going to want to do. Either get these in orbs or get this SCR orb. I'm thinking... Let's get this SCR orb, because I want to try to get all these in orbs together for GT Vegeta. Yeah, look at that. 23 ki. That happens sometimes. It's alright. And we get 9 orbs. That'll be good. Yeah, GT Vegeta and GT Goku, Rainbow Orb changing, that's going to be very, very good. Alright, so Vegeta takes this. He's got 60% damage reduction right now. Let's see, taking, okay, a little bit less under 100k. Yeah, that might be a bit tough as time goes on, because like each of these attacks, you see like he's getting his attack up icon, so you have to look out for that. But I plan to keep this AGL SS4 Goku next to him at all times, so that's going to be giving the extra like defense support and 10% more damage reduction. So he's also going to be kind of improving his defensive ability there. Okay. Now GT Vegeta, let's see, he's going to be getting 24 million there. I think, doesn't he have like a 60% chance to crit or something like that? Yeah, we fail it there. Okay. It is really good that they added like some extra conditions for GT Vegeta and GT Goku, because they used to only want to be run on the GT Heroes team to get some extra conditions, or like extra effects really. But now they added Giant Eat Power onto that, which just really helps out, because GT Heroes is not in really too great of a spot right now. I know we got a couple options, but still not an entire full team. So I think I'm going to try to keep stacking with the physical SS4s. Maybe like once their guard wears out, maybe I will transform, maybe? I mean, they're type advantage, so it's not like we really need the guard, but it's just, I'm trying to think about when would be a good time to start transforming with them. I don't know. We'll play as it goes. So I think I can trust this AGL Goku in slot 1, because he's still got 70% dodge and guard, so shouldn't be affecting us too bad there. Yeah, I'll get these 9 orbs. And then SS4 Vegito. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so let's just dodge this. Nope. That's gonna suck. Uh-oh. Does this kill us? Oh, we're just barely alive. I think we'll be okay. Just definitely gonna have to transform with AGL Goku next turn. We're at 5% HP. Wow. Yeah, that's 70% dodge. Didn't come through for us. But I suspect everyone else should be taking normals. Like double digits on these normals, I'm thinking about. We'll see. I'm a little worried about SS4 Vegito, but we at least got Saiyan Roar. And the Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku, he at least is supporting a little bit, like defense. Not damage reduction yet. We have to transform an SS4 for that, but still some like stats. Okay, that could have been a super attack there. Please. Okay, good. I was a little worried. I'm not too sure what to expect out of him, quite honestly. It's been a while since I've used them. But I know he does get quite a bit of defense when he supers. Alright, so now this is whenever we should definitely break out the AGL SS4. Actually, we could also bring out the Giant Ape with Vegeta. I don't think there's any reason to hold on to it, huh? Might as well just use it now, just get out that damage. So, yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's see what we're going to be doing. Alright, let's get this. I think, did we have... Yeah, I think we had GT Vegeta on this rotation, so he's going to be Rainbow Orb changing again when he gets back in rotation. I assume that should be the case. We're going to have 2 giant forms going on this turn. Okay, there's a super, yeah. It's going to waste it there. I haven't seen him double super. Maybe he has it in his back pocket. Can't really tell. Alright, so he's a 19 million. I think he's doing guaranteed crit on all these attacks, so that'll at least give us a little bit of extra damage dealt. Okay. Yeah, these giant forms are starting to do a whole lot more damage than they used to, that's for sure. Alright, now, let's see if we move on to the next turn. Oh, okay, good. That's good. Because I think for getting the second turn of Giant Ape Vegeta, I think it's a 50% chance. Either have one turn or two turns, and it's just a 50-50 whether or not you get that second turn. So let's see, the orbs. Let's go ahead and get this, because the physical orbs should fall down, and yeah, that'll be good. But then again, we're doing the giant form with SS4 Goku as well, so it's good to get an extra turn of this. Just a little bit extra damage. It doesn't seem like it's doing a whole lot, but it's just, that's how much health this Vegeta has. I mean, it makes sense, because it's a single phase. I guess it's a intriguing way to make a boss fight. It's not too often we have, like, just a single phase with these, like, huge pools of HP. Typically, like, most Red Zone fights, it's just, like, multiple phases. Alright, so now we revert back. And now we're going to transform, with the Golden Giant Ape. One thing I do want to point out, too, is that once you transform into Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he does give you a heal. Let's see. It's going to be... When HP is 44% or less at the start of turn, he recovers 44% HP. So that's going to be good there. I think that's the only HP regen he has. I think. Yeah, it seems like it. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that here. Let's see what we got going on. So this is gonna only be one turn. Like, there's no chance of like it going on for another turn or anything like that. So let's just try to be at least a little wary of like the orbs. Let's go for this right here. And then I don't want to interrupt like those AGL orbs, so we'll just at least want to get a super with them. Let's get these in orbs. I think that should be okay. Alright, let's see what we're dealing with here. And he's going to be hitting a 15 million, okay. And also doing guaranteed crit on each of these. Sometimes we get him potential additional on I was just thinking, yeah, he got a dodge there. We'll have to see if this is mine or this is the friend. I wasn't exactly looking, but because I have very, very low dodge on my 55% GT Goku. I think this might be the friend. Yeah, it's a friend. Alright, now we're gonna get that heal. Yeah, there we go. He's got a little bit there. How much dodge does he have? 12, okay. So yeah, that made sense that he dodged a bit there. So we're gonna go ahead and trust GT Vegeta, or not GT Vegeta, Giant Ape Vegeta there. Let's give him those tech orbs, heal up a little bit more. And then, I would want to get those AGL orbs, but yeah, we can get this right here. And then GT Goku. 6 orbs, that should be fine enough. Alright, let's see what we're doing here. So, I don't think that we're going to be having to worry about a super attack here from Vegeta. So that should be all good. At some point we might have to start worrying about normal attacks. I was considering, there's a free-to-play LR. It's the Super Battle Road reward card. It's kind of like a trophy LR. The Kid Gohan. He does have 58% damage reduction when there's a Goku on the rotation. It just, like, you know, it can't be like Kid Goku or Goku Ginyu or Goku Black or anything like that, but I think like SS4 Goku and GT Goku, like all of these Gokus on this team can count towards that I'm thinking about maybe bringing that Gohan if SS4 Vegeta isn't holding up for us, because yeah, 58% damage reduction plus 10, that's gonna be 68. Assuming that we would use him as like a floating roll. He is also physical, so you'd be type advantage. You'd just be having a little bit more damage reduction than physical SS4 Vegeta, but thing is, like, his defense stats are not very high, so it's really just in between that. Okay. Doing all good there. So, the HP heal from AGL Goku, I think that's only whenever you're below 44% HP. Yeah. So, it's a little strict for the health regen, but at least we gotten it there. Does at least help. I mean, yeah, let's just go ahead and do this other one as well. There we go. See what we're dealing with here. Let's get some of these orbs. So we had gotten GT Goku last time around. We got GT Vegeta this time. Alright, and then... yeah, that should be good. Got a good bit of AGL and Tech Orbs there to work with. Alright, let's hope... there we go. He seems to super attack a lot towards the start. Did like a little bit less than like 4 million there. Okay. Yeah, I think as funny as it sounds, like the damage you take as a giant ape, I think it actually is affected by typing. Because even though it doesn't matter, like it's just whatever. Like giant ape Vegeta, the tech Vegeta, he took like over 4 million from a super, while this AGL Goku took like 3.6. So I think the as funny as it sounds, the typing actually is affecting like the damage you quote unquote take. Alright, we're getting them somewhat close to half health. Yep, and then there we have Pan doing that thing again. Okay, we have the active skill for GT Vegeta. I mean, I don't think there's any reason to hold on to that, because he doesn't like stack attack or anything. I don't know. Let's see exactly what it's doing. So yeah, he doesn't stack or whatever. When activating the active skill, he does get 350% attack temporarily. Kind of funny, that's only whenever doing the active skill in particular. And the active skill, mastery attack temporarily causes ultimate damage to the enemy. Okay, so it's a possibility he doesn't crit on it. I think I have, yeah, this is a much older build on him, huh? Yeah, I don't think I updated it whenever he got his EZA. Just trying to hold on to a lot of stones that I can. I guess, yeah, we can do the active skill now. I don't think there's any reason to hold on to it. So let's just get out some extra damage. Oh, he crit on that. That was really good damage. So that does count as a super attack, so let's see. Would this take effect right here? When attacking with 12 or more ki, it gets like all that stats and stuff. I'm kind of curious if like us doing the active skill here could actually put him in slot 1. I think I'm still gonna just do this right here. The physical SS4s, I know they're like, yeah, they can take some normals here, huh? Like they're over 2 million defense. They got like 10% damage reduction from support from AGL Goku, so we can go ahead and do this right here. That'll be all good. And then, there we go. The GT Vegeta, 8 orbs, that's pretty good. Alright, it's just one normal attack here they have to deal with. And they full dodge it. Okay. They're in 25 million. Just gonna keep stacking up a little bit more. We'll see, because we have Vegeta around like half health now. We'll see. Maybe might transform with him next turn. Oh, excuse me. Take a sip of water. Okay. I think they should be okay against some normals here. I mean, I don't think... Yeah, they're just fine. Because you can use like the giant apes as like kind of like a gauge of like how much damage. Just a roundabout, like not exact numbers, but just a estimate of like how much damage the boss attacks are doing. AGL is going to be doing very, very good stats after he super attacks. Yep, he's handling stuff just fine there. That's good. And we're at full HP nearly. Alright, GT Vegeta does 25 million. Yeah, we're starting to get him down on HP now. About to be at 40% HP. Probably gonna have to start definitely worrying about his normals at some point, because we've done so many attacks to him now. Alright, good. That's a good dodge. I don't think I have very much dodge on him, huh? That was a 5 dodge. Okay. Might be a little worried about the super attack at the start. I mean, we at least have like the damage reduction, so like the support from AGL Goku. I don't think it should be too bad. Go ahead and do that. Sure, we'll do this, and then we'll hold on to those physical orbs. I think I might transform with the physical SS4's next turn. Alright, so super attack right away, but getting that support from AGL Goku might help out a lot. Let's see. Oh wow. I was expecting to take a whole lot more than that. Yeah, the extra 10% damage reduction goes a long way. Yeah, it might not seem like it, but there's a big difference between 60 and 70% damage reduction. It's kind of insane. Alright, well, this doesn't seem like it's going to be all too difficult from here on, especially since getting them near 30% HP in potential additional. That's good. Get an extra stack there. Yeah, I think bringing out physical SS4 Gogeta next turn, that's going to be the play. We're going to do a super attack counter and all that. In potential additional. We've gotten the in potential additional a lot with this SS4 Vegeta. I can't remember what my build was for him. I think I had gone full additional secondary dodge, I think. We've gotten it like every turn, basically. Yeah, we only got the super twice, but in terms of like the actual in potential attack, yeah, I have him at level 28. Wow. So, oh, now we can go ahead and get the active skill from GT Goku. That'll be fun to see. So let's do it. Alright, awesome. Alright, now we'll go ahead and just fill them off now. And then, yeah, this is their separate turn, so this is technically their last turn of guard, but we're just getting so low on HP, we might as well just transform now, so let's go ahead and do it. They've stacked up 11 super attacks, so let's do it.
Fusion するぞ、カカロット。フュージョンしてって、おめえの口から聞けるなんて最高だぜ、ベジータ。フュージョン！俺は孫悟空でもベジータでもない。俺は貴様を倒す者だ。さてと、いよいよこの俺の必殺技を見せてやるか。これであの世へ送ってやる。ウルトラビッグバンカメハメハ。
That is definitely very goofy to see. Just 99999. Alright, we'll try to get this many we can get here. This will be good. Getting 4 Rainbow Key Spheres, 7 orbs total. So this is a very first turn transforming with them, so should have, yeah, damage reduction 77% for 1 turn, plus 10% more damage reduction for every Rainbow Key Sphere obtained. So we're getting the AGO SS4 Goku support, which has already got him up to 87. So, like, if we would just get 2 Rainbow Orbs at that point, just he's invincible right now, basically. So, if he failed this counter, which is a 70% chance, see in his passive, when receiving a super attack, great chance of nullifying and countering with Tremendous Power. Tremendous Power is a 3x multiplier. But here's the thing, look, this bullet point actually, I think this guarantees it. So, guaranteed nullification and counter with Tremendous Power when facing only one enemy and that enemy's HP is 50% or less. So, we've met that criteria, so this is going to be a guaranteed counter right here. Oh boy. I'm excited to see what this is going to be looking like. Let's see what type of orbs we get with GT Goku. Sure, 6, we'll do that. Oh boy, this is probably going to be very destructive. 23 million times 3, whatever that is. There you go. Now let's see what his super attack's going to be. 47 million. Cool. Oh boy. Yeah, we did the active skill too, so he's going to be doing guaranteed crits on all of his attacks for this turn. Yeah, this isn't all too bad. This Giant 8 power team is definitely capable. I think, is Vegeta fully built up? Because I don't see the attack up icon anymore. Fully built up Vegeta, and like doesn't seem to be that bad. Okay. That's AGL Goku hitting 34 million. Yeah, it seems like we're gonna be finishing off this turn. I want to see if it's possible the physical GT Goku can get the finish. Nope. The AGL SS4 steals the show. You got the potential additional, and that's gonna be it. Alright, so that's that. It wasn't all too bad. We got it done first try there. Got very close to dying at the start because AGL SS3 GT Goku, he failed a 70% dodge against a super. Took like 800k, but we barely managed to live. So that's that completed. We still got the other missions, but I'll save them for the other video because we're already like half an hour in. So I don't want to make a super long video. So we got 2 missions done with that. Just clear it once and then on special conditions. So those are the other category missions, the other 2 that's left. Except what we got so far, 10 stones. We got some of the normal tickets and got an SSR guaranteed. And then this is some of the medals to boost the support memory we get from this red zone. So we got from level 1 to level 2, but we still got some further boosting we could do. Because these other missions give some as well. Yeah, 10 more, and then this is probably going to be 10 more as well. Yep. Alright, so let's take a look at the stats, see what we're dealing with there. So, it did not feel all too bad. Blue Vegeta. I'd have to say, as far as this red zone goes, I actually think this fight's fine. Having like 1.2 billion HP, but it does make sense because it's like a single phase. Well, it massively raises his defense for 1 turn. Yeah, he does have the damage threshold, but like I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention or what, but I'd like never even really noticed this. Maybe it's just not too high. Let's go ahead and pull up the calculator to see what we're dealing with. So he does randomly change all key spheres, but with the GT Super Saiyan characters, Rainbow Orb changing, they help out like counteract that a lot. So that's really good. So it greatly lowers your attack, which a normal lower attack and great lower attack is barely any different. Just a little bit. Like it can, when stacked on top of each other, it can add up to be quite a lot. But yeah, great lower attack is only 30%, which is whatever. If he was lowering defense, that would be a bit scarier. So he does a 1.1 basically on his super attack, plus 300%, because we did get him fully built up, so that is somewhat reasonable there. 4.4. It is an easy fight. There is nothing really going on here. I mean, like, your characters have time to build up for that. 4.4 is not really all too bad. That's about it. He doesn't get any attack build up from anywhere. and his defense isn't like super crazy high. I feel like what they could have possibly done for this fight is actually like started to have like a billion defense. I know that would sound obnoxious or something, but actually make it to where a defense lowering would do something for this fight, because only 150k defense, like that's nothing. Like whatever, who cares? But if they would have made it like an insane amount of defense, like they've done this before, I think for like an ultimate speed battle or something like that, where like an enemy had like an insane amount of defense, so you had to like crit to get past it and damage them. So you either crit or defense lower, but oh well, I mean they could have done that, but I guess they just wanted to make it easy to do some of these missions or something like that. He has a cooldown of 0, so plus he has a 50% chance to do the super, so that's why he would just super attack immediately all the time. Maybe that's supposed to be like the difficult aspect of this, is the fact that like he super attacks like right away every time. Just like, because most characters like they get a lot of defense after they super attack. So maybe it's like trying to just catch you off there. But yeah, that wasn't all too bad. We're gonna go ahead and save the other category missions for next couple videos. But we'll go ahead and use some of our tickets that we've earned. So let's see here. So we got 7 normal, we got 1 SSR guarantee. Let's see what we get. Okay. Vegeta, you gonna fuse? Oh yeah. There we go. Blue? Blue, okay, so we get an LR. I got an LR from this banner quite recently. I got AGL Majin Vegeta. So we'll see what we end up getting here. Ooh, Johnny Vegeta. Yeah, we're just using them in this video. Okay, that's cool. I think I have... Yeah, I already have some copies of him, quite a lot. But I can help fill up, like, these other... like, I just try to get a 1 in all of these slots right here. We never know, since Chain Battle is dead, we don't really have too much of a purpose of having, like, duplicate characters like this, but maybe they can introduce another mode to where that starts being useful. So that was the normal 7 ticket thing. We'll do SSR guaranteed, see what we get here. Typically you can find some sort of value in any sort of SSR, so let's see. Okay. There's like an unfeatured animation, so let's see what SSR we get. Screen crack. Okay, this guy. He's pretty old. I think like upon his Dokkan Awakening, he started to stack attack and defense. Yeah, so he's a stacker, but he has yet to get an easy A, as you can see. Like he doesn't have a slot right there. So I'd be curious to see what they do for his easy A. I'd like to see that. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. We're gonna do the category missions next time. We still got Otherworld Warriors, 6 of them, and then 5 youth. So I think it's gonna be doable in this fight, because this one doesn't seem all too bad. I never really heard anything too difficult about this blue Vegeta, but anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. This was a pretty comfy one, I'd say. Not too bad. So y'all have an amazing, lovely day, and be sure to check out the Baba Shop.